Ooh, baby. Ah, damn. Holy shit. I don't even know if I'm ready. I have never completed a Dark Souls game. However, in that time, I have grown an appreciation for the difficulty the game presents. While it can be maddening at times, it's a beautiful universe with many story-rich characters. And I say this all to say, the Pursuer took me 2 hours, 40 minutes, and 28 seconds to kill. In that time, I learned a lot about the fight, but also about the Pursuers. So as we go through that journey, I want you to join me in learning, and maybe check a stream soon where you can also learn more about the game as I learn, as I play. The Pursuers are a heavily armored knight who hunt for any bearing for the dark sign, essentially the undead. Some possess the in-game item Ring of Blades, which is associated with Adgar's, the Mad Knight of Alkin. I learned the Iron King committed to rooting out the undead, exposing the knights to sorcery, as well as this mission, so their association seems easily linked. However, the Pursuer's armor is quite different from those of the Yellow Knights. This is also could be deliberate in that the task the Pursuers were given was not typical of a knight. Killing the men, women, children who are unfortunate enough to bear the dark sign. These Pursuers are called the Cursebound, in that they are shunned by the knights by killing numerous undead of which they carry the souls of. This is shown by their weapon, which can curse you when impaled, and the shield, which is resistant to curses. Perhaps they were Alkin knights turned undead who must slaughter the undead as penance for their sins. Can't really say, but it definitely beckons interest. Another interesting part about the Pursuers is their quiver of weapons, possibly of the many undead they've killed and collected the souls of. So what is their purpose? Perhaps it was always to target the bearing of the dark sign. However, I think it goes deeper, leaving us to wonder how long they will bear the curse of seeking out curses. Fortunately for them, until undeath is no longer, they may be searching for eternity, forever hunting, and forever cursed. That's really all the lore I have for this character, but there was more. If you have more lore, additional lore that I could use, I would love to use it in my future videos. So I thought I would start out this video with a little lore and a follow-up on how I ended up defeating the Pursuer. A little irony, after completing the Pursuer, I made a mistake of not returning to Majula, and I fell off the ledge, losing 17,000 souls. I had to stop for the night after that. When I started this fight, I thought it was better to switch to a two-handed weapon, because blocking did not seem possible in a fight like this. Forgive me, I'm new to this. I was successful in being able to time my dodges just before his strikes, timing my own attacks during his 3-hit combination. I was partially successful, but still struggling. With some help, I was able to discover 2 shortcuts, one of which I already unlocked before realizing when I defeated the last giant. The second one wasn't as easy, and was still slightly inconvenient, so I stuck with the former instead. In later fights, I returned to my shield and sword, determined to learn how to parry. I by no means have the timing down perfectly, but it was cool to find out what I could achieve. I began to hone my parry not to strike, but to use the ballistas behind the Pursuer. This was difficult for 2 reasons. One, if I was successful, he would enter a second phase where the full brunt of his abilities came full force and usually killed me. Oddly enough, the blue magical attack is reminiscent of the Ven, which a magic core of their swords was actually something they use and similar to what he uses. And oddly enough, they're a rival to Alkin, so maybe it's more of an association with them. Second, I was unsuccessful, and boy was I. The ballista was quickly destroyed, or I was, which made for quick but upsetting resets. On the last attempt, I was successful at using the ballista twice and won. Some might say that's a false victory, but I have the attempts to show that they would be sorely mistaken. And that's really my fight on the Pursuer. For more lore and guides to the Dark Souls series, subscribe to my page or follow my stream to watch my videos live and join the community. I am new to the Soul series, but I want to do it right by the fans. Thank you. All right. Holy. What the fucking shit? Oh, what? No fucking way. Oh my god, ballista for the win. Holy tits, that was insane.